everybody. Welcome to For the People Podcast. I'm your host, Vision X. And as always, this show is for the people, by the people, to bring power back to the people. I'm joined by our queen of judges herself, Miss Nikki.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
And Trey is currently out right now, so he will not be attending today. But Trey, we hope that your day is going well. Want to talk about a few things. I want, and let me see. Hold on, let me see if everybody's in the room real quick. Let's see. So we now remember, you guys, we see two, but we don't see. There you go, Lachey Davis. You here? Let me go ahead and pull it up on the screen. Said, hey y'all, I'm so sick. Sick of these white doctors thinking they are the experts on me when they are not. I'm sorry, so random. I just have to get it off my chest. Well, hey, this show is for the people, right?
Yeah.
We like communicating with you guys. We like talking to y'all. So let us know what's happening. As you know, I'm from Kansas. I've dealt with white doctors before. They don't give a shit about no black people. They don't care if we are sitting there having a seizure. They will walk right past us like ain't nothing wrong. But let that happen to them. Are they white? Their kids, or they're white kids. All of a sudden, it's a whole different story. So trust me, we do understand what you're going through. Me living in a red state where people have this racist mentality, I totally get it. And you're not going to get the care there either. I don't care if it's dermatology. I don't care if it's eye doctors. They're just going to half-ass it. Nikki, what do you think of this?
Oh, of course, that's always how it is. They again, it all goes back to they don't see us as humans. They want to diagnose us, and this also goes to being a fat person. It's always I was pretty sure I've been diabetic my entire life, and I was not diagnosed as diabetic until I was 36. I'll never forget it because it was the night Trump won 2016.
Oh, God.
Um, and the reason why I was at the hospital because if I had waited any longer, I would have been in a diabetic coma because I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't know it. Like I couldn't hold food down. I was kept going to the bathroom. I was so tired all the time, and this just came out of nowhere.
Hmm.
But it made sense because when you see me, I have lighter skin, but I have parts on me that are dark. And as a child, I used to scrub myself raw, but
Hmm.
that was a side effect of diabetes because you get velvety, dark, patches in certain areas. But every time I go to the doctor, and it was a Jewish doctor, as soon as I walk in, you're fat. Mom, Dad, she's fat. That was it. It wasn't, hey, let's see if she's diabetic. Let's see what's going. She's fat. It would be to the point where when I would get sick, I would tell my mom, "Can't you just take me to buy some medicine? I don't want to go to the doctor because it was
Hmm.
humiliating." And this was my pediatrician up until I got into where I had to go to an adult doctor. And eventually he died and the sons took over, and the sons weren't, they weren't like that. But he was just this old man, and it was just like, she's fat. Stop eating. She's fat. And it's like, you don't know what's going on. Like, there are other issues. People that are fat aren't just fat because we're just sitting there. The perception that we're just sitting there doing this shit all day, that's not how that works. Like, there are other factors that play into that. And so
Hmm.
if you have that coupled with being bullied at home about weight, there's no way you turn to. But when you go to the doctor, that's a prime example of being big and being a black woman and being plus size, is that the perception is we're just sitting there eating, that we're not trying to lose weight. You don't factor in finances. You don't factor in food deserts. You don't factor in where that we can't afford Whole Foods, or that we even have access to a Whole Foods or organic stuff or healthier options. All of these things step into play. But when it comes to black women in particularly, we always are the butt of the joke
Hmm.
because you just think it's always the fat mammy. You always that's the quick punchline to punch down on us because it's like you're fat, and you don't realize that a lot of fat phobia is rooted in white supremacy.
Yeah.
It is rooted in seeing us in a certain way, and that because we're fat. So when you go to the doctor and we're like, hey, something is wrong with me, you automatically attribute it to the weight when that may not even be the case. It might be something else wrong that actually could be triggering the weight gain. It could be one particular health issue that's triggering the weight gain. So if you took care of that issue, it would be easier to lose weight. They don't care about that. It's, oh, okay, I could go in there and say, hey, my lower back is bothering me. There might be something wrong with my back. I could have fucking scoliosis or some shit. Oh, lose
Yeah.
weight. Losing weight won't cure that. So when you're black, especially being a black woman, and you're having, again, giving birth, we saw those those horrific videos. They think that our pain is not our pain. They think because you whipped our ancestors bloody and we survived that we just have this high tolerance for pain. And I go back to this all the time. If that is your argument, if you think black people have such a high pain tolerance, when we're telling you we're in pain, that should tell you something. That
Yes.
should be the signal that if you think we are so strong, we're so bionically strong, if we're telling you something hurts, that should click to you. But they disregard our health because they don't have a regard for our health because they don't have a regard for our life. And that's
Mm.
just that's how it is. And again, white supremacy, the Klan is not just robes anymore.
It
They're
ain't.
wearing suits. They're wearing robes. They're wearing black robes as in judges. They're correctional officers. They're police officers. They're nurses. They're the doctors. They're the public defenders that are giving you the bad deals. It's all of these things are at play. But like you said, let there be a white woman that comes in there, then it's a problem. Same thing with addiction. Addiction wasn't a problem until you got white women and men strung out on opioids. Now all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's a crisis. Now that white people are dying from fentanyl, now we got to do something about it. But niggas dying over it, you don't give a fuck. When the crack epidemic came, y'all didn't care about drugs. Y'all didn't care about addiction. But now that white people are suffering from addiction, now we have to care about it. Now we have to. Now it's let's make it a disease. Because when black people was addicted to drugs, it's not a disease; it's a choice. It's you decided to do that, which in some cases you decide to take it. But we're not going to act like the circumstances around it is different. Same thing with crack and cocaine. Crack is primarily viewed as a black drug,
Yeah.
so when you go to jail for that, higher sentences. Cocaine is viewed as a white drug, so that's the party drug. And you, that's a slap on the wrist for that shit because everybody having a good fucking time. Because you get to do the cute little lines and shit. But cooking it up in the kitchen, that's some nigga shit. So that's a bad that you can't have that.
Mm.
So it's all everything in this country. I don't care how anybody wants to say it. And you can get tired of it. Everything is about race. Everything.
Absolutely. And you know what? You said something about how the drugs are, infiltrated. I've been seeing this word Tina thrown around.
Hmm.
Tina, Tina, Tina. And I said, who the hell is Tina? Because I don't know no damn Tina, not out here.
Hmm.
Found out that that's crystal meth.
Yep.
And
Same
I
thing. I was like, who is that?
But this is the kicker, though. So the people that I was talking to, I said, well, what do you mean you're about to take Tina? Now, these are people that's like, oh, we don't do this and do that. But then I find out that they're doing Tina, which is crystal meth. And I'm just like, I would have never thought that you were doing that. Everybody's out here doing it. Like LA is bad with drugs. Bad. I mean, I think I've learned about every single drug known to man. And
Sure.
then they mixing more things out here. And everybody is so strung out. Like they go to the gym, they strung out. They drive and they strung out. They walk and they strung out. It is bad, and it's because a lot of people can't function. You try
Yeah.
to and that's why they call them party drugs because it's stronger than alcohol in terms of it makes it very fluid when you're talking to people. So when you're going through the club and everything, somebody bump
Hmm.
into you, you might not trip off it because you might have thought that they tapped you. But if you was not,
Yeah.
you probably would have cussed them out. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's what I have noticed with a lot of the drug use out here. It is insane, insane. And
Wow.
another kicker, there's this dude, Josh. I don't care about if he be watching because I don't like his ass no way. He works for this HIV clinic out here, but he gets a lot of his clients from there that buys the drugs from him as well. So that's how he keeps a supply of customers because everybody goes in
Hmm.
there and they know that he sells drugs. And I'm sitting here like, oh, so you talking about you're an advocate for the community, but you're also selling the same drugs to your community. Make it make sense.
It's the money is in the kickback. Now Chris Rock over the years he's disappointed me as we go into time. But Chris Rock at his prime, the joke where he said, the money is in the comeback. It's not in the cure. It's in the comeback. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of these diseases. You mean to tell me what he said? You could put a some type of fender on the fucking El Dorado. You could make sure the bump on the El Dorado don't come off, but you can't cure cancer. I'm pretty sure all of these diseases have had cures a long time ago. But if
Yeah,
everybody's cured, then big pharma don't get no money. The money is in the prescriptions. The money is in the drugs. And so all of these things, because it never ceases to amaze me why can't we make a drug where it's gonna, at least if you're gonna control, why are you taking one drug and it gives you 25 other symptoms? Whenever
yeah,
you're watching those commercials and it tells you, oh, are you suffering from diabetes? Okay, take this. But it could cause depression, suicidal thoughts, da, da, da,
mhm,
da, da, da. And they make sure to say the shit so speedy that you're not even paying attention to what other shit it can cause.
yeah,
And if you are a person that has multiple issues, it doesn't make sense. It's just everything here in this country is slowly killing us. And I can understand, I can even sympathize to why people are getting high. People are getting high in right now in this particular time
mhm,
like they were in the 80s and 90s because that's how bad it was, especially in the 80s. The
yeah,
economy was doing what it was doing. We're going full circle back to the fucking Reagan era with when it comes to that, where people are getting high because everything else around them is collapsing. We can't find jobs. The economy is bad. Groceries are too high. Everything is high. Rent is high. And so sometimes um even when you taking an edible, sometimes I have to kind of step back because I have to be like, you know what? It gets up like you kind of want to zone out and not be so harsh. But I can understand why somebody want to light up every motherfucking day. I don't condone. I wouldn't say don't do the Tina, don't do the hard shit. But I can understand why people just want to clock the fuck out because
mhm,
everything that's going on right now is just it's too much. And it's just every day I swear, since November, even before November, but November 6th, 2024 to present day, it
mhm,
has been one horrific day after another. We have had zero incident of white nonsense every fucking day.
yep,
And it's getting worse and worse. We are only 5 days into this motherfucker, and we about to be in World War III. We 5 days into 2026. We couldn't even come into this motherfucker like a full week, a full 7 day fucking week without this motherfucker bullshit. Day
yeah,
5. This is the longest. I swear to God. Last year was like the fastest, but also the longest year at the same fucking time.
mhm,
It went by fast, but it was also the longest shit at the same time, because considering that we got 3 more years to go with this motherfucker. And in all honesty, one or two things gonna happen: either he ain't gonna make it, or we ain't gonna make it. But somebody is gonna give the fuck out. We are playing chicken right now, and somebody gonna have to swerve first. I don't know who the fuck it's gonna be: the American people or this motherfucker. But something gonna have to give.
absolutely. And you know what's interesting about, we'll just open with that. This won't actually be a video, but I wanted to show you guys what the world leaders are pretty much stating about what's going on in Venezuela. I think we said this how many months ago that it's all about resources. We said that before because it was not just that, but one thing that got me about this whole thing is that you didn't hear them say a goddamn thing about really Nigeria. They just said, "Oh, Nigeria, a place got bombed, and that's it. Let's just focus on Venezuela." And I said,
Hmm.
every time it comes to black people, there's stuff going on in the Congo as well. You don't hear nothing. You can hear a mouse piss on cotton 1,000 miles away. But when it happens to people that have either lighter skin or everybody want to be white these days, so white Latino or whatever, are white countries like Ukraine, all of a sudden we got to hear about them and their suffering. And as soon as the other white people stop blowing them up and bombing them, because I mean, that's just in the nature of them, just throughout history. Don't get upset at me. Go look at a history book, a real one. What they do is they go right back to being anti-black. They go right back to not liking black people. So that's why I told black people, y'all just stand back and stand by. Don't say shit. Don't get involved in nothing. Don't march for nobody, nothing. Because like I said with the Somalians, ICE ain't moving fast enough. Merch is
Come
on
on.
sale. They not moving fast enough. It's a waste of our time. We wasting our time because then if we're not out there in the streets getting shot or harmed or dogs sick on us, and just to hear the stories that my grandma and great grandma used to tell me, I used to think that they were overreacting. I was like, I think I'm overreacting. I think that, because they was talking about some serious stuff. My great grandma seen white people skin a black boy alive, and he was nothing. I think he was nothing. Well, 13 years old. She seen them have dogs sicked on them and eat until he died. So they heard the hollering and screaming until he gave out. And she said it had to last. She said it felt like so long, like hours. They've seen people get dragged down the street. That was actually a regular occurrence. And then they will find the body, and the meat from the black person's hands is unrecognizable. Their face is unrecognizable because they were dragging this person for 80 to 90 miles an hour. You know what I mean? And it's just stuff like that. And I didn't used to believe it until I got older, and I was like, something is really, really, really wrong with these people. Like something is medically wrong with them. I think it's just in their DNA, because when you look at the history of them, that's what they do. Torture devices created by white people. All these different gas chambers and gases, white people. Different bombs and hydrogen bombs, white people. I'm like, somebody made a point the other day, because they said, Chinese people made fireworks and then the white folks want to make bombs. And that's exactly what happened. You took something that was positive and you turned it into a negative. The same thing with the drones. That should be for like aerial thing, fun things. Now, white folks took that and now there's guns on the drones. It's just like, how can you just think of everything in a negative light and just change something from positive to negative? It's ridiculous. But that's the world we live in. And the problem is, I wish that the forefathers of the past, way before America got founded, would have at least sat down and say, hey, look, we know that some people are going to be doing this or doing that, and they should have had some fail safes, because now the way things are going, it looked like we're about to be in bad shape. But I want to show y'all this first. It's actually not a video. It's actually what the leaders are saying regarding the current state of everything. So this is what's going on here. They said the world leaders in the world react to the U.S. detainment of foreign leader. So President Trump says this incredible thing last night. We have to do it again in other countries. We can do it again too. Nobody can stop us. Trump said, we warned the countries of the world, whoever seeks to oppose America will meet the same fate as the Venezuelan president. The Cuban president says, we condemn the criminal attack carried out by the United States against Venezuela. China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the United States hegemonic conduct constitutes a grave violation of international law, an infringement on Venezuela's sovereignty, and a serious threat to international peace and security. North Korea says, and you know what North Korea says, and that's a problem. The abduction of Venezuelan president is a war crime, and the attack on Venezuela is a war crime by all standards. Venezuela's Minister of Defense, we will not surrender, and we will continue to fight the battle against America. Colombia's president declares a state of emergency in the country and directs the Colombian army to full combat readiness for any contingency. The Russian Foreign Ministry says we call on the United States to immediately release the legally elected Venezuelan president and his wife. Then the China Foreign Ministry also says Trump does not represent the American people, but only Zionist interests. Now, this was the comment that out of all the comments I liked the most, because I'll probably stop it right there. Everybody's condemning it, but the thing I say about this is white people shit. White people doing white people shit. The whole thing in Palestine, Israelis, those are what? White Ashkenazi Jews. Common denominator, white people. What's going on in Ukraine and Russia? What's that orchestrated by? White people. What are they doing it for? Resource and blowing up people. And then legally trying to make it legal. And they're sitting there just dropping bombs on housing and schools and everything. White folks. What's going on in Argentina? The whole thing with the Nazis going there. White folks. That's why Argentina's in such a bad shape. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the real facts. The real facts is that white folks in these positions of power have been tearing up the rest of the world, and it's just the way things are. Nikki, what do you think? You
Sorry
there?
about that. I don't know what happened. It went. I heard a weird noise. Um, yeah, this shit here is crazy. I don't know where we gonna end up being. Like we was talking about this before we started. We They're not gonna be happy till we at 9/11 2.0,
Yep.
and and we're gonna go through all of this. And for you, he's liberating. First of all, he's not liberating Cuba, okay? Because all he's doing is swapping out the fucking dictator. Same thing with Venezuela. You're taking one dictator out and he's putting himself in. That is it. That's all he's doing. He's not freeing you, okay? And people should have enough common sense to know um, that you can be against the Maduro guy and still be like, what the fuck the US doing is wrong. Because ultimately, they're trying to get rid of NATO because that's what Putin wants. And
Yep.
Trump is so fucking stupid that he thinks that that's his friend. And once Putin gets what he wants, he's gonna fucking double cross this motherfucker, and it's gonna be 1980s Cold War shit all over again. It's gonna be Red Dawn in this motherfucker because this fat bastard has never had real friends. We are all going to suffer because he is unfuckable. He is unlikable and he has no friends. This country is being run by a fucking shitty diaper ass toddler. A toddler with a shitty diaper pitching a fucking tantrum. That is what this country is being run by. And you know what? China ain't putting up with that shit.
They're not.
These other countries ain't putting up with that shit. And when they all align against America, the
Yeah.
only thing I hope is that when y'all do your little nukes and shit, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, you know what the fuck it is. Go down the list of succession until you get a motherfucker that's not Republican. Do what the fuck you gotta do, okay? I'm not do it. Hey, do what you gotta do, but don't fuck everybody over. Handle that. Hit that motherfucker. Hit wherever Maybelline is. His eyeliner wearing ass. Hit that motherfucker. Mike Johnson, handle that fucking in the closet ass bitch. Get all of them out. Because at this point, I said it. My very first video, and it was a viral video. I said, this is fucking scandal. We are
Mm.
going to be living in the live action version of fucking scandal, and we are here. We are fucking here. So I'm waiting on Jake. I'm waiting on Papa Pope. I'm waiting on fucking Huck. Come and do what the fuck y'all need to do. Because somebody got to get him the fuck up out of here. When the Supreme Court gave him that immunity, whatever crime you commit, basically whatever crime you commit during your presidency, you can't be charged for it. So why not commit all the motherfucking crime while you're the president? Because nothing's going to happen to you. That is essentially what they handed him. So of course he doesn't need the Supreme Court. Of course he doesn't need fucking Congress. Because you told him that he can do whatever the fuck he want to do, and you're not going to charge him for it. He's not going to face any fucking consequences. So if you're already a white man, you told a white man that he can do whatever the fuck he want with no fucking consequences. Why would you try to think that you can control him now?
Mm-hmm.
Pete Hegseth is gonna get us all fucking killed because he's a fucking bro. He's another one that nobody. I'm pretty sure if you look at that motherfucker military record, he barely made it in that motherfucker. I can guarantee you. I don't even know a lot of shit about the military, but you can look at that motherfucker and tell he barely made it. He didn't have no friends. He didn't have nothing. He one of them that's got to tattoo himself up so he can look fucking cool. They're out here thinking that this shit is fucking G.I. Joe. And Mark Rubio, him, this little fucking bitch, just bend me over and blow my motherfucking back out. Yeah, trust me, somebody blowing what we said, knocking it the booty hole.
Blowing his booty hole out.
Somebody is blowing his booty hole out for fucking sure because he is a little bitch. Because in that press conference, he couldn't even look at the fucking camera. He all looking over here, side to the like a fucking jaw. Like, how did I get myself here? Because you a bitch. That's how you got here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can, JD Vance. I'm a never Trump guy. You went from being a never Trump guy to literally sucking his balls. None of you all have none of them have the courage of they fucking convictions. None of them. And the one I want to go most is Lindsey Graham with his sissy ass. Every time that bitch open his motherfucking mouth, bitch, just every time I swear, I know, you know what? I know his breath smell like bussy 24/7, 360 fucking 5. He got bussy breath. That might be some merch. Let me write this shit down. Bussy breath. That might be some new merch. Bussy breath. Let me write it down so I don't fucking forget.
Oh my God. But
That's what.
but this is the thing. We stated this before. This is the same shit that I see at work. You guys probably experience it as well. This is the same shit that we see at work. They hire unqualified, incompetent people with no degrees or work experience in that particular department or field, and they sit there and they make them managers. This is the same thing that we're seeing with the White House. You have all these people that's not qualified, don't know what they're doing, and they're sitting here just tearing the country apart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to really look at this. You have McMahon. First of all, if you lie on your application for any job, they would terminate your ass.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch lied about her degree. Said, "Oh, I have an education degree." No, you have a French degree. And then they still gave her the job, even
Wow.
after she lied about it. This is when they were doing the vetting process when he was picking his cabinet. Then you have Pete Hegseth. You are right. Somebody had posted like all of his like from his like military experience where he was in it. He was very short in the military, but they said it seemed like he got passed along each time. They said he was barely making it any of the trainings. He was barely making anything, and they said that he just got through. And I said, obviously, his parents must have knew somebody or something was going on. Because I said, for him to just be passing through like that and we're moving up in rank is ridiculous. But you see, when he tried to do that push-up, he looked like a little bitch. And I said, this is the guy that you guys have over our military. He can't even do a push-up correctly. And he's not even, do you know how long it takes to be a one-star general? Let alone a four-star general and what you have to do. So for them to put a Fox News host in that position and take down the black guy who's a four-star general is absolutely insane. But that's the same shit I see at work. I'm not surprised that this is going on in the White House. And I keep telling everybody this all the time. I do not blame Trump. I do not blame Kristi Noem. I do not blame Pete Hegseth, RFK Jr. None of them know who I blame. The people that voted for him. The problem with American people is that they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. You voted for this shit. This is your responsibility. So you sit here talking about, oh, he's taking our farms. No, bitch, you got your farm taken away from you. Because you want to know why? You voted for it. You literally seen this man talking about immigration and illegal immigration. You knew that Pablo and Maria outside working in your field was illegal. And for you not to think that he was not going to take them was stupid. You still went to the voting booth and voted for that. The same thing with the Cubans. All the I'll just put them all in the same category. All Spanish speakers, Somalians. Y'all literally voted for this shit. You made an entire song. I will vote for Donald Trump. Somalians got on the news this past 2 weeks talking about, oh, we still support Trump and blah blah. Support your asses on that ship or that boat that's shipping your asses right back over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. You voted for your own oppression, and now you're shocked, and now you're trying to ask for an apology. And this is the problem. We telling everybody right now it's a little too late for that. This man has done everything, including bombing Nigeria and bombing Cuba. I'm not Cuba, Venezuela. Still in the White House. Epstein files released show that he, I think she was 13 or 14, had sex with an underage, had them kill the baby, so nobody would know about it. Still in the White House. Money sent
Mm-hmm.
to Argentina, 40 billion for no goddamn reason. Still in the White House. SNAP benefits cut. Still in the White House. Government shut down to where nobody was getting paid besides people from Congress. Still in the White House. That's just the name that shit. That's not including January 6th and all the terms and grabbing by the pussy. That's just that. Now imagine if Obama's ass had done anything like that.
Oh,
I couldn't imagine him doing one of those things. These white folks would have flipped the fuck out.
they already saying, oh, about him, about Trump invading Venezuela. Talking about some, oh, you mean the way Obama did to get Osama bin Laden? Different shit, my
Yeah.
nigga. Different shit. Y'all are making any fucking excuse. Y'all gonna forever be salty that that man got Osama bin Laden when Bush couldn't and nobody else could. That's not the same shit. That man did a terrorist attack on America.
Yeah.
He had the right to go in there and get that motherfucker like he did. Venezuela ain't did shit to us.
Zero.
Venezuela ain't did nothing to us. And this man is literally saying it's about oil. And you see how entitled white men are? It's our oil. Says who?
Mm-hmm.
You think them people gonna get that shit up? Because low key, the reason why it's a lot of reasons why he's doing all of this shit. We already know it's about to fight. Every time we get closer and closer to these files getting all the way out, he gets bigger and bigger. When you have a narcissist back against the wall, they are going to go bigger and bigger and bigger to create a fucking scene because their worst fear is to be exposed. That is the worst fear in the fucking world. And Trump lives that fear every fucking day. He lives that fear every day he wakes up. That's why he can't even go to sleep because he is so in fear that the truth about him is going to come out. That is what it. So he's doing all of these pieces. That oil, he needs it because America is fucking broke.
Yep.
Them fucking tariffs ain't brought in no money. He
Nothing.
can't. America is broke. He keeps lying. That man is such a habitual fucking liar, and it pisses me off that the mainstream media does not correct him. They let him go and then bitch about it after the fact. They'll play clips of him lying and then bitch about him lying, but when you had the opportunity to say something to him, you didn't say nothing to him because y'all so fucking afraid. Say
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna, I don't give a fuck. Why are you doing this? He's doing it because of oil. He's not doing it to liberate no fucking body because he know them tariffs is bullshit. The tariff is hurting the fucking economy and he fucking knows it. But he needs to come up with something else because he can never give a number of what these things have brought in because it hasn't. What about all the fucking money that Doge found? You would think all the fraud, all
Mm-hmm.
the waste, all of that money that they found after gutting all of these programs, after doing all of this stuff, you would think America would be in the fucking black. But no, we're hemorrhaging money left and fucking right, and nobody's saying anything. How the fuck can you be great for the economy when you keep putting us more and more in the fucking debt? If the tariffs were so good, why are the prices going up?
Mm-hmm.
You
Speak up.
talking about unemployment? You acting like unemployment it's not a real fucking thing. Like people cannot out here not having jobs. It's like y'all are lying to us. It's like you literally gaslighting us. I can see if you lying to other countries saying America is so great, but you lying to actual Americans when we are out here telling you, no, bitch, it ain't fucking great. Evidence to the motherfucking contrary, nigga. It's not great. What the fuck are you talking about? But he's we're shopping, we're doing this. No the fuck we're not. It's like he lives in this fucking bubble where people are telling them or just telling him, hey, just it's great, everybody loves it. He went out there and did that fucking like he keeps doing campaign speeches or whatever. Bitch, you already the president. What the fuck are you throwing rallies for? You are the president. He doesn't want to be the president. He wants to campaign forever. Because when he's campaigning, that's people showing him all this love. That is all he wants. He is a fucking child. A racist child. And I would never campaign for the unaliving of a child. But in this case, I'd make an exception.
Oh my God. And you know what? And we're going to go into our next section speaking about this. And this was there's two videos, and you know, oh snap. There was two videos I wanted to show. And let me see here. And I wanted to see what y'all thought about this. One video was kind of like, and the other one was, I just want y'all to see. I want to show y'all a few things so that way you guys can kind of see what I be seeing when it pops up. So we're going to take a look at the first video and let me know what you think. Oh, before I do that, I want to say HACF, Tanya, Lachey, sorry, you guys. I know we're supposed to say hello to everybody. S. Dupree, Davy, Yanni, hopefully I said that right. Samuel C., Alex, Blue Sky, K is my name, Tony the Tiger, a lot of you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Trust me, we love you guys. We appreciate everything you guys do. And we want to thank you guys so much for everything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show the first video, and we're going to pull that up for you real quick, and then let me know what you think. And we're going to show them back to back, okay?
Go back, AIPAC, go back. That's the AIPAC building right there. White Christian men are not going to sit around while you turn our children into a bunch of nigger lovers.
We're going the wrong way. Where are we going?
Simple. I was just showing them the AIPAC building on my stream.
Guys, we'll see you in Minnesota, January 17th. Be there. If you guys are watching this and you're inspired, show up. We need your help. These people are inspired the more they see. Fight back, guys. We'll see you January 17th. Thanks.
Go back, AIPAC, go back. That's the AIPAC building right there. White Christian.
All right, so I'm going to read some of the comments from this one. Somebody says Jake Lang is a pardoned January 6er and Republican candidate for the United States Senate in Florida. Reminder that you can be against AIPAC and still denounce anti-Semitism. Somebody says virgins are so easy to spot. Another person says, and of course, he'll claim to be a good Christian. Somebody said Elon Thiel and Trump brought apartheid to America. And somebody says, I hate this part of America. I pray that his daughter marries a wonderful African-American Muslim. I really want that for him. And so then I'm going to show you this next video. This has been making its rounds as well. I don't know when this incident happened, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about it since it has been popping up on my feed consistently. So let's take a look at this.
So you giving white girl tears when you purposely paralyzed that little black girl from the waist down. How can I say it was on purpose? You tell me. See where the ref warned her. You can't do that. That's an illegal move. He even put his hands on the girl to stop her. But she was determined and calculated. She bided her time. She backed out of the referee's reach and did the illegal move anyway. Slammed this little angel through the goddamn floor, flush on her spine. This was my child screaming and saying she can't feel her legs. Bitch, I would have been seeing red like a goddamn bull. And anything in my way was gonna get it. And it would later be me in that courtroom with my chest out because I didn't regret a motherfucking thing I did. Thank goodness medical response was fast enough that the paralysis was only temporary, but months of recovery and a grueling rehab was needed. And she may one day be able to compete again. But the thing I can't get over though is her tears. She done learned that fake shit at that young of an age already. So you
All right, so I want to read some of the comments. Somebody says, "Sue for medical bills, pain, and suffering." Another person said, What the fuck is she crying? She was determined to use that move that someone taught her." Somebody said, "Evil is as evil does." And somebody said she knew what she was doing. She tried to do it a couple of times already, ban her from the sport. So we just seen 2 back-to-back videos. This is pretty much white folks doing white folks shit. Okay.
Mhm.
I was not surprised at the white man that was out there talking. I was not surprised by any of that. They be talking about jobs and Jews will replace us and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, the reason why y'all don't have a job because your ass out on the street marching every fucking day. If you stop being out there marching with fucking masks on, maybe you will have a job. But that's the problem. They don't want to hear that. They want to sit here and be, it's like they have that main character syndrome. They want to be the main characters in everybody's story. Or they got to be victims. And they're so busy, they're so trying to make themselves the victims. I said for a 500-year head start and counting, you cannot be the victims in the story.
You can't be.
Just like with that white guy, we showed this video, I think it was 3 weeks ago, where that Spanish guy was out there selling flowers and stuff, and the white dude was out there with a sign asking for $500 rent. Not selling anything, just sitting on his ass. While the Spanish person was out there selling stuff, and he got so upset he hit the Spanish person and knocked over his stuff. That tells you the level, that tells you what we're dealing with. That tells you exactly who we're dealing with. They want to be managers. They want to be leaders. They want to be without really having that skill. And they think that they should be able to get that just because they have white skin. But that shit ain't flying by no more. And then to that little girl, I'm glad that that little girl is able to walk again. But that would have been the time that I would have beat the shit out that little white girl. That would have been the time. And anybody stepped in, we would have had problems because they teach their kids this shit. And that little bitch did that multiple times. And the referee should have told her, hey, you do that, and you're going to be disqualified. It's like they keep giving white people chances to fuck up, and then the little bitch is crying. It was like on cue. It's like they do something bad, they start crying. They spit on something, they start crying. They say the N-word, they start crying. I'm trying to figure that shit out there. What do you think, Nikki?
Of course, because they say that we live in perpetual victimhood, but it's them. They will literally start shit with the intention that we as black people are not going to fight back, that we're not going to talk back, that we are not going to react in any other way except the way that they play out in their mind, which is us doing what they want. When they come and question us, they still have that slave owner mentality when it comes to black people, and they're never beating that allegation because the way that they still patrol us, the way they still watch us, the way that they don't give us personal space, the way that they think that they can question us and literally demand and expect an answer tells you everything you need to know. They still see us as being their property in some form or fashion. So they expect that when they say something to us, we're supposed to sit there and accept it. And when we don't do that and we ruin the fantasy for them and we bring them back in motherfucking reality, then they have to be the victim. That boy, I hate that I can't remember the name right now, but what's the 2 boys, the one that's on, I don't know if he's on trial yet, but it was Austin Metcalf. And I can't remember the young boy's name right now. That is essentially fighting for his life. That white boy had no business fucking with him. This is what happens when you try and bully somebody and you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with. That young black man asked him, leave me alone. And he didn't do it. And he lost his life. And of course, they had to make the white boy the fucking victim.
Yeah.
You should have left him the fuck alone. You don't know what somebody is going to do to you. And that's what's wrong with white parents. You teach your kids, you allow your kids to disrespect you. Which means they think that they can go out and disrespect somebody the fuck else. And when somebody lets them know that's not how that's fucking going down, and they end up in a motherfucking box behind it, the only person you gotta blame is yourself as the fucking parent because you allowed that shit. Everybody is not gonna treat your child the way you do. So either discipline your kids and teach them to have some motherfucking sense, or pay the motherfucking price for it. That's how that shit works. Because white people play the victim all the fucking time. They are the aggressor and will still play the fucking victim when they get their ass whooped because they're not expecting it. They're expecting black people to just roll the fuck over.
Mm-hmm.
They expect to spit on us, to call us nigga in 2020 motherfucking 6. And we're not gonna do nothing about it. And then when they get their shit rocked, oh, I didn't do anything. No, bitch, yes the fuck you did.
Yep.
Yes, you did. And you're gonna start getting your consequences. Here, anything that deals with paralysis, I don't like hearing about. It just makes my body as weird. But let me tell you, again, and y'all already know, it's no secret with me. I will fight children. When I tell you that I would have beat the feeling out that bitch,
Mm-hmm.
I would have literally beat the fucking feeling out of her. And had somebody tried to stop me, I'll beat your ass too.
Right along
Because
with it.
we're fucking tired of y'all doing this type of shit to black children, to black people. You white people think they could do whatever they want without fucking consequence. And every day they are starting to learn that this is not 1950 fucking whatever. This is not pre-civil rights. This is not Jim Crow. In some ways, y'all trying to get Jim Crow 2.0, especially when it comes to the First Amendment, but we ain't all the way there yet. And we ain't gonna get there. And if every white person in this country got to get their shit rocked until you fucking figure it out, then it is what the fuck it is. Start knocking them the fuck out. Because these white men get up here acting all tough and shit, but as soon as you catch them in public, oh, no. I saw an old white man get his ass whooped. I said this on the show the other day. He said, go ahead, boy. You better get on up there. That black man, a black man who was damn near not his age, but you could tell they was both like middle, the guy was older. I would say the white guy was probably in his 50s, 60s, whatever. But that man, that older black man, turned around and beat the shit out that white man to the point he was bleeding. And he's sitting on the floor with his fat ass. I didn't even do nothing. Yes, the fuck you did. Yes, the fuck you did. And you deserve to get your shit rocked. Every white person that tries it needs to get punched in the fucking face. I don't care. If you're a white woman and you messing with a black woman, get knocked the fuck out. If you're a white man messing with a black, knock the fuck out. Something. Put the phones down. Stop arguing with these fucking people. When they do some shit that requires you to put the pause on them, put the fucking pause on them and do whatever you got to fucking do. Because they are still under the assumption that we are their property. That's what this is about. MAGA is still under the assumption that we are their property. Even white people that are not MAGA. Because y'all ain't beating the allegations. I don't care. I don't care if you voted for Kamala Harris. White people are inherently racist. It is in your DNA, and you have to actively work to not be racist. Are there good white people? Yes, but they had to work to be that way.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. They had to actively work to not be that way. Because it is rooted in your DNA to be racist. It is. It is what it is. It is rooted in them. And they have to actively work to not be that. White people who are successful, like actually successful, had to work to not be fucking mediocre. Because mediocrity, subpardness, is in their DNA. It is. Racism, subpardness, mediocrity, they breed it.
Mm-hmm.
They live it. And we are suffering because of white mediocrity. Because you have a fucking Fox News host over a black 4-star general run the Department of Defense. And when they change that shit, we're not the Department of Defense. That sounds like we're helping people. No. How can, you know what? As a white man, I have a little dick, but how can I make my dick feel bigger? Oh, I know. I'll call it the Department of War. That sounds fucking cool, man. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna fucking call it the Department of fucking War, bro. I'm a white guy, and I can't grow a fucking beard. So you know what? fuck you black guys that can grow beards and look handsome and shit. We're gonna get rid of your shaving profile. So now you gotta be clean shaven and ugly, just like us fucking white guys. That's what we're doing. You fuck around and you're gonna find out. That's what this shit is. This is white mediocrity on display. No wonder he got to go around sexually assaulting bitches, because I guarantee you, if he walk into a room, every bitch pussy is drying the fuck up. You gotta roofie a bitch to fuck with her. In order for you to get some pussy, you gotta roofie that motherfucker, because ain't nobody gonna fuck you willingly. All of them. They talk about family values, and every single one of them has cheated on their wives. They got broken homes. They got multiple babies with multiple women. But you want to talk about, black women. You want to talk about the black family. Keep the black woman, the black man, and the black family out your fucking mouth, because your president got fucking 5 kids with 3 different fucking women. 5 kids, 3 women, 2 of them bitches fresh off the motherfucking boat. But you right here talking about Christians and family fucking values. Every last one of you Republican men are so fucking gay. Your asshole whistles when you take a deep breath.
That's merch.
That's how fucking gay you are. You are so fucking gay, your asshole is whistling when you take a deep fucking breath. But you're such a Christian. You're so worried about family fucking values. Y'all are out here fucking on your own kids. White men are the number one people they commit the most violent crimes, the most sexual crimes. But y'all talking about everybody the fuck else. The perversion that is deeply rooted in the patriarchy is fucking insane. But y'all are so superior. Everything should be on merit, right? They saying everything should be based on merit. That's what the fuck DEI was. DEI was like, hey, every fucking body, this is the opportunity for you if you are not white, because we know if you're white, your chances are you're going to get it whether you deserve it or not. So let's level the playing field and make a space where non-white people can have some shit. And who ended up benefiting the most? White bitches.
Mm-hmm.
But if everything is about merits, then why are you purposely getting rid of actual qualified black people and replacing them with incompetent white people if it's all about merit? No, it's not about merit. It's about, we're white. It should belong to us. We're going to fuck it up. But it doesn't matter if we fuck it up. As long as it's fucked up by a white person, then that means it's okay. I'm so tired. We're about to go to World War III because nobody wants to fuck white men. That's it. We are out here starving because nobody wants to fuck white men. We can't find a job because nobody wants to fuck white men. We are going to go back to the goddamn Stone Age because nobody wants to fuck white men. And you wonder why nobody wants to fuck white men. That's also some merch coming soon. Nobody wants to fuck white men. Guaranteed. I'm putting that, we selling that shit. Nobody wants to fuck white men.
And you know, that whistling through your ass.
Yeah.
we just be talking and it just comes out.
It does, y'all. This is how my brain works. This shit usually it's there. I'm sorry. Like, that's just how my shit is set up.
And you know what's funny? I want people to process this. Imagine you're at your company, right? And y'all are going for a big sale. And you're working on a team with a project for a big project for whatever this is. And it's $1 million project. And you did accidentally leak out those project plans in a text message. And the competitors see this text message and like, oh, well, we're going to go to that company that they're trying to buy, and we're going to actually undercut them because we know what their price is going to be, and we're going to do it for $100,000 cheaper. And then they end up going to that company and buying from them instead of you, because your dumbass released information that was confidential. your ass will be fired.
Mm-hmm.
Allow Pete Hegseth, this idiot, he done it not once but twice, just talking clear in text messages to just random people, don't even know who's all in the chats. That's the level of incompetence that I had to deal with in Kansas and Missouri nonstop 7 days a week. When I tell you I was so fucking tired going to work and just seeing mediocrity and below averageness, I'm sitting here like, I gotta literally, oh, yes, sir, master, because you white. I'm not doing that shit no more when I know I was better than them. That shit was whack. I would sit there and it would be the biggest ass kissers. They would sit there and they would be like, oh, yeah, we're going golfing and we're going on trips and we're going to Big Bear. And you ain't even got your work done, bro. and because a lot of the white dudes were so up under the boss's asses, including a few Asians, I got to throw y'all in there because y'all be acting the fool at work too. They will get the promotion. Don't know what they're doing. Don't even know how to use basic PowerPoint. And most of them now are using AI to complete their work. That's the shit that we have to deal with. That's how this administration is being ran, by incompetence and subpartness on a level that I couldn't even fathom, because I'm like, well, this is supposed to be the highest office of the land. If this is supposed to be the highest office of the land and the most intelligent, this is not their best.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, we're looking for more Jane Fondas. We need more Betty Whites. We got fucking Christy Noams and Caroline Levitt running around this bitch.
Yep.
My girl's putting on best that's trying to act tough, knowing goddamn well that she can go to the Family Dollar down the street and say something smart, and she would get the brakes beat off her by any of those girls.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
she's so tough with her little jacket on. I'm like, her bony ass will get dragged by people. Like, what are you tough in?
All of them are literally cosplaying. All of them are literally cosplaying the job that they have. They're cosplaying the job because they think, oh my God, this. It's like take your kid to work day.
Yeah.
That is what they're like. They're like little children. That's like, oh my God, it would be so cool to be like, the director of the FBI. Oh my God, it's so cool to be like in charge of like Homeland Security. Like, oh my God, I get to put on this vest. And I get to have like extensions, and I get to hold like this big gun, and hopefully I don't fucking shoot my fucking titties off while I do it, like that type of shit. Like each one of them is cosplaying the role that they're supposed to actually be good at, the job that they're supposed to have. They're really pretending. We are literally allowing people to fake it while they ain't gonna make it, simply because they are white. That's it. That's all this shit is about. It's about finally we are getting our just due. So 500 years of a fucking head start. That's why white people are so angry. Because y'all have had a 500-year head start. Why are you poor?
Baby.
Why are you poor? If you had a 500-year head start, you have a whole system of oppression designed by you to ensure that you benefit in life. Why the fuck are you still behind? If that was the case, if y'all was so superior, why did you need to do this shit? If y'all was so superior, black people would have never gotten ahead. Black people would have never had the opportunity to do anything. But y'all are mediocre, and at some point, after that old money died the fuck off, because there's always been poor white people. And poor white people are the most angry because they're poor and white.
Yeah.
They know they still got privilege. But an angry white person is always a poor, angry white person, because they think that because they're white, they should have everything a rich white man has. And a rich white man will come to a poor white man and say, hey, the reason why you're not rich like me is because of this nigga right here. Now, the only thing the white person don't stop and ask is, wait a minute. Well, if you're white and I'm white, why would you let the nigger get more money than me? Y'all don't ask that fucking question. Y'all ain't asking that shit. And yes, we understand who the real enemy is. We understand that the billionaires are the fucking enemy. But again, I said this yesterday. We're not going to act like there can't be multiple fucking enemies at once.
Yep.
Because there absolutely can be. Yes, the billionaires is the enemy, but you racist white motherfuckers are also the enemy. Because you're taking your disdain that you have for yourself out on us. You thought if you be inbred, if you fuck your family and you keep it all white, y'all could still have everything. And we said, no, that's not true. Y'all just fucking each other because y'all just want to fuck each other at this point. Because this ain't Game of Thrones, bitch. You ain't keeping nothing in house. A poor white person hates the fact that they are poor and white because they feel like they should have everything solely because they are white. That is why they are championing what's going on with what Trump is doing. Because they feel finally whiteness is it's okay to be white again. But you don't realize who's telling you it's okay to be white again. Rich white people.
Yep.
They are giving these poor, uneducated white people fucking theatrics. They are once again selling you a dream that you're never gonna have. Because if you got rid of all the black people, all the brown, all the yellow, everybody that ain't white, y'all still wouldn't have shit. The rich white people would still be the rich white people, and you know what you poor white people gonna be? The new niggas.
Yep.
That's all you gonna be, the new niggas. If every black person left, poor white trash would be the new niggas.
Yep.
Because the rich white people are not gonna let you sit at the fucking table solely because you white. Because if that was the case, you bitches would be at the table already, and you're not.
That part.
You're not at the table. So that goes to show that this is about race. But it's also about class. When it comes to white on white, it's about class. It can't be about race, so it has to be about class. But rich white people made it about both. And y'all falling for it. Because if we all got the fuck up out of here today, poor white trash would be serving the wealthy white people. Y'all would be second class citizens. The credit scores will fuck y'all up.
Mm-hmm.
Your student loans will fuck y'all up. Well, y'all wouldn't have student loans because you poor white trash motherfuckers can't even read any fucking way. Y'all ain't never been to school, so you wouldn't have to worry about student loans because y'all okay with them closing it. Why do you think they want to destroy the Department of Education so fucking bad? Because they want you to be stupid. They want your children to be in the fucking fields. They want your children to not be able to read past the third grade level so they can go to work in a fucking factory, so they can go to work in a field. That's why they want to keep the red states broke as fuck so y'all can be stupid as fuck so they can continue to be rich as fuck. That's what this is. And y'all so fucking racist that you would rather remain poor white trash than to get together with the other fucking poor people and go knock these rich white people the fuck out. You don't want to do that because you want to be white first. And that need to be white first is going to fuck you up every time because your whiteness is not your saving grace. Because if your whiteness was your saving grace, you wouldn't be in this predicament right now. You'd be rich and white. If whiteness was your saving grace, why are you poor? If whiteness is your saving grace, why the fuck are you poor? Why the fuck are you living check to check? Why are you worried about the Nebraska getting rid of the Tyson plant? If your whiteness will prevail, then why is your state broke, ho?
Mm-hmm.
That your whiteness is gonna get you fucked up. And I can't fucking wait. Because if it's one thing black people know how to do, it's survive. That's why you white people are losing y'all fucking mind right now. And black people, y'all can't understand why black people like we nervous about some shit, but we not petrified. You motherfuckers are petrified. We've had to survive you motherfuckers for over 500 years. So if we can survive you, we good. White people have not had to survive white people. That's where y'all fucked up at. White people ain't had to survive white people. We've been surviving white people our entire fucking existence. Y'all haven't. That's why we ain't worried about shit. Y'all shaking in your motherfucking boots, not us. You shaking in your fucking boots because you can't pull up them goddamn bootstraps.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of this, I'm going to play us two videos back to back. We are coming on the anniversary of January 6th. And I just wanted to show y'all this video of some of the things that these white folks were able to get away with without being dealt with by the government like they should have. So I'm going to play the first video and play the second video, and then we are going to talk about it. So stay tuned.
On January 6th, rioters caused around $3 million worth of damage to the U.S. Capitol.
This is our house! Let us in!
These videos all came from exhibits presented by prosecutors in court. At NPR, we reviewed thousands of these videos, and they show how people didn't just smash windows and doors to storm the building, they also used the riot to steal stuff.
Yo, take laptops, paperwork, take everything.
Hey, help yourselves, guys! It's on the house! It's on the house!
And party.
Three smoke in the Capitol, boys.
One rioter told me it was like a bunch of frat bros stormed the Capitol. People smoked and got drunk and high.
Oh, we're smoking weed in the fucking... Yeah! Time to smoke weed in here!
The damage was not just inside the building. Outside, rioters destroyed cameras from the media.
Fucking traitors! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Convicted rioters were supposed to pay restitution to help with the cost of fixing the Capitol, but when President Trump issued mass pardons for the defendants, they no longer had to pay.
So I'm going to read some comments from it, and we're going to take a look at the next video. So one person says, to this day, I will never understand why this wasn't a deal breaker for Americans. Another person says, those pardoned have since reoffended, which is actually true. Political violence and insurrection fueled by Trump. And then somebody else said, this still upsets me to my core. How can anyone look at this and say it was peaceful? So I'm going to play this next one. Now, this is, I remember I was telling you what my grandma and great grandma said about what happened when white folks got upset, skinning people alive and feeding babies to alligators and stuff and setting them on fire in front of their family. Well, let's hear from this white man who witnessed a lynching. And he's going to explain to you what all happened. And I want you guys to tell me what you think.
Scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
The lynching thing had a particular relevance to you because, in fact, you actually witnessed the lynching, didn't you?
I did, as a matter of fact. I was 11, 12 years old, I guess, in Omaha. And my father's printing business was on the second floor of a building that overlooked the courthouse square in Omaha. And he came home one night and told about this lynch mob that had started to form during the afternoon. And after supper, he put me in the car with him. We drove back downtown, and it was very unusual for me, for my dad to be taking me at my age and turning lights on and unlocking doors and going up the stairs, which is unusual. You know, it's not like doing it in the daytime. And I remember those physical things and walking across this empty office to the window, a window that overlooked the courthouse square, and this was where the riot was happening. My father never talked about it. He never preached about it. We both just were observers. And I watched an out-of-control mob of several hundred men drag a young black boy out of the jail in the courthouse, overpowered the sheriff to get him out, strung him up on a lamppost, riddled him with bullets, dragged him around back of a car, something like that. The mayor, this is how long we did have automobiles, but the mayor, for some reason or other, was on horseback, evidently because he could get into the courthouse square away from the streets easier. He was on horseback trying to stop this. They damn near lynched the mayor. That's how out of control these bastards can get. That's, well, as Lincoln says in that scene, and he points to somebody. He's a God-fearing man, and what is he doing here? And I'm sure when he gets home, he's going to take down the good book. And it was a traumatic experience for me. I'll never forget it.
Must have had a profound effect on you. Why did your father do that?
Well, He never told me, but I would like to think that he realized that it would be a lesson. I had to grow up and move away from Omaha to appreciate that my father was a liberal Democrat in a hotbed of Republican reactionaries. That's Omaha and Nebraska still is.
Let me know what y'all think about this down in the...
All right, so I'm going to read some of the comments. Somebody said he grew up and raised a daughter and son that fights like hell for freedom and rights of all. Jane Fonda fought against the senseless Vietnam War. She has been a voice of knowledge and compassion for all. She's a real deal. You know, we talked about it the other show. Somebody else
That's
said,
her dad.
oh, no wonder why Jane Fonda is aging like fine wine, because
Yeah, that's her dad, Peter Fonda.
yeah, because racist, you know, when you see racist people, they don't age very well, and and Jane Fonda, you could tell that when she's fighting for peace and harmony, they just age better.
Yep.
Another person says, my great aunts and uncles were survivors of Rosewood. They talked about how they watched family, friends, and others be hung right in front of them. They were small kids at the time. They remember how they had to go through the swamps with gators to get away, getting bit by snakes and all types of bugs. They also remember how they partied, laughed, went into their house and took all their clothes, curtains, china, everything they had. It wasn't that long ago. Another person says, the fact that he didn't hide this and he taught his kids the right way to live, all his kids fought for democracy. So we just showed you two videos. I showed you January 6th, and I showed you what Jane Fonda's father, thanks for correcting me on that, Nikki. Jane Fonda's father just said about a lynch mob. I'm telling you this, the people on January 6th didn't get dealt with like they were supposed to, including Trump, because knowing how America deals with real treason like that, and guards lost their lives, as soon as they as soon as they walked out those stairs, the machine guns should have been lit their ass with bullets and dragging them on to their coffins.
Oh, if they was black, it would have happened.
Oh, it would have happened. That's the quiet part. People don't want to talk about that. People don't want to say the real thing. We will say it on the show. They should have got dealt with like they deal with everybody else. You should have seen how they dealt with the Native Americans and black people just for silly shit. This right here, and then to know that the January 6ers, when they got pardoned, some went out doing the same crimes. I think there was at least 50 of them, of the dudes. They are retried for sexual assaults of minors or child pornography. A few of the girls got DUIs, and then somebody, I think somebody unalived somebody else. So there's so much going on here, and I'm like, if y'all would have dealt with them at that time and littered their ass with bullets and put them in their coffins, y'all wouldn't have this problem. You let treasonous people get pardoned to do other harmful acts that y'all say black people do. You got to make this shit make sense. Nikki, what do you think?
Yeah, again, you should have known when he said that shit about how are you the law and order president, but you a convicted felon. You a law and order president, but on January 6th, you allowed police officers to be fucking brutalized, and I think one or two maybe lost their lives, and some later committed suicide. But you're the law and order president. You can't fucking be the law and order president and be a goddamn convicted felon. Because rest assured, first of all, niggas wouldn't have went and stormed the Capitol, because we knew that we wouldn't have been able to approach the fucking gate or wherever the shit starts, because the tanks, everything would have automatically been out. We know what time it is. Why do you think that white people can have no King's Parade or no King's Day and have a fucking parade that's a protest, but it's really a fucking parade because there's no police presence? But had there been black people out there, it would have been police all fucking day long. Rubber bullets, tanks, everything ready to fucking go. Them white people knew. Trump said it. Go fight like hell. Fight to all this other shit. Everything. All it is hypocrisy left and fucking right. And y'all are gaslighting the fuck out of America every fucking day, telling us that it's not no fucking different. And it is. This is exactly January 6th is why black people not our fucking side no more. We're not going outside. We're not doing that shit no more. For what? So we can get killed. You white people think you slick. You people of color think you fucking slick. You want us out there. You don't want us to fight with you. You want us to fight for you. And that's the difference. You want black people to put our bodies on the line so that we go home in body bags and you go home to your motherfucking family. That ain't happening. We're not doing that no more. Fuck all that. I hate the fact that during the civil rights movement, and I know why they did it, but in retrospect, I hate that our fucking people got bit up by dogs just to sit at a lunch counter to eat some seasonless white bitch ass food.
Amen.
We did all that to sit at a motherfucking counter and eat some tasteless fucking food. But you know what? It was the principle of the fucking matter. But at the end of the day, I mean, you have to ask, yes, obviously it was worth it because we can sit here and have this show because of the things that our ancestors did. But when you look back at it, I know them people looking down like, damn, I got bit by a motherfucking dog to bite into this bullshit ass sandwich. I know you fucking lying.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the stuff that we have to go through. And we're not doing that anymore. Fuck that. White people, it's time for y'all to get hit with a motherfucking fire hose. It's time for y'all to get bit by a fucking dog. It's time for y'all to go through this shit. But y'all never gonna go through it because you're fucking white. And that's why y'all keep sitting here. Oh, well, I don't understand. Well, this isn't right. What are we gonna do? Stop going to black people or stop going in black spaces or stop making these videos, getting on here asking, what are we gonna do? No, bitch, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no we wear, bitch. This ain't France. Ain't no fucking we here. It's you, bitch. What are you gonna do? What are you white women gonna do? Not white men, but what are you white women gonna do? Cause y'all can get up in anybody's fucking face except the person face who you need to fucking be in. You can be in everybody else's business except the business you're supposed to be in, which is white fucking business. You white bitches, this is your time to shine. This is your motherfucking claim to fame.
Right.
This the shit y'all been living for. Y'all love to get up in the motherfucker face and talk about what your tax dollars is paying for. This is your time. Why you ain't in that orange motherfucker face telling him what your tax dollars is paying for? Not this shit. This is your time to shine, and in true white woman fashion, y'all scared as fuck, and you still waiting on black women and black men to fucking carry you out of some shit. Fuck that. If World War III is coming, I'm looking out for some niggas. Other than that, I can't fucking help you. If this bitch get in a war, you white bitches ain't gonna be happy until you wearing them fucking red bonnets, so you don't have no control over your fucking body, so you don't have no autonomy whatsoever. You bitches ain't gonna be satisfied until you can't fucking vote. You're not gonna be satisfied until y'all back to being Betsy Ross out here sewing flags and shit. And you know what? That bitch didn't even sew the motherfucking flag. A black woman did that shit.
Amen.
Y'all not gonna be satisfied until y'all are fully fucking regressed into just being a female slave to white men. Don't get up here talking about what are we gonna do? Because when black women tried to tell you that this shit was coming with Roe versus Wade, nah, you bitches didn't want to hear that. You wanted to go get your fucking Starbucks pumpkin spice lattes, put on your pink pussy hats, and go pretend that you were doing some shit. That's what you wanted to do. When black women tried to tell you, and then when the shit happened, us women have to stick together. No, fuck that. You white women can stick together because that's what y'all have always done. Feminism is white feminism. Because when black women think feminism, we think all women. When you bitches think feminism, you only think about other white women, which is why you didn't listen to us. Because you felt like as white women, it didn't pertain to you. And I don't know how the fuck you didn't think that it didn't pertain to you because white men ain't trying to have babies with black women. They trying to have them with white women to create more white men.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how the fuck you didn't think that you wasn't the target the whole fucking time. But you white bitches are still mad at black women for the shit that happened during slavery. We didn't ask to be our ancestors didn't ask to be sexually assaulted by your ancestors' husbands. We didn't ask for that shit. So get the fuck over it. Because all of this shit is racism and all of this shit goes back to slavery. Because y'all harboring some shit with black women. Y'all got deep-rooted resentment with black women. And the reason why y'all got a deep-rooted resentment with black women is because white women are performative as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are performative, you are afraid of exposure. That is the one thing you cannot risk is being exposed. And the one thing that black women know, we know white women. And we know where your fucking bodies are buried because we dug the fucking grave. That is why we make y'all nervous. That is why y'all don't like us. Because we know your shit. We know your deepest, darkest secrets. We know the evil that y'all capable of because we done helped you do it. And that is why you're afraid. White people are so deathly afraid that we are going to do to them what they have done to us. And all of this is their fucking paranoia coming full fucking circle. Because they know white supremacy is on its last fucking leg. And that's the only card they have ever been able to play is white supremacy. When you get rid of white supremacy, white people don't have nothing else. That is their entire identity. Their belief that they're superior is their fucking entire identity. Without that, they have nothing.
Zero.
And they can't handle it. And the Democratic Party, as far as I'm concerned, you motherfuckers are blue MAGA at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are worse than the fucking y'all at this point y'all in motherfucking cahoots. It's a guy I follow on TikTok and he said I am politically homeless, and that is the perfect way to say it because we don't have no fucking party. Because we can't go to the Republican Party, and you Democrats are pissing me the fuck off. So I guess we can go the independent route, but we don't have no third-party candidate that's going to really take us where we need to fucking be. Tim Walz can't even be governor because the fucking Democrats asked him to step down over this fucking fraud that's not even fucking fraud. I'm tired of Democrats saying, oh, y'all always want to be the moral high ground. Y'all want the perfect fucking candidate. You always trying to prove that you're better than fucking MAGA. That's the problem. This is where I would give MAGA their props. They will win by any means necessary. They don't care how dirty they gotta get. They don't care who they gotta lie on. They don't give a fuck. If we as Democrats, as fucking liberals, could just tap into that fucking energy, we would be so much further than where we are. Sometimes you gotta get grimy on some shit. Sometimes you just gotta do what the fuck you gotta do. But they so busy trying to prove they smart to a bunch of stupid people. They so busy trying to prove they empathetic to people that don't give a fuck. You're so busy trying to prove you're the moral compass to motherfuckers who have no moral compass. It's a dog and pony show. What the fuck are y'all doing? They don't care. If you would just get as down and dirty as they are, but then again, we got old people running both sides of this shit. We got senior fucking citizens running both sides of this shit.
Mm-hmm. Controlled by APEC.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for all, and no disrespect, but the boomers, you motherfuckers gotta go. You motherfuckers have got to go. Stroke out. I don't give a fuck. You've been here long enough. You have lived a long enough life. Let it the fuck go. This is why we can't get ahead because we got old people running corporate America. You got old people running the country. You don't have any young people running anything. That's why y'all hated JFK because he was young. He wasn't no old decrepit motherfucker trying to run the country. So you had to get him the fuck up out of here. JFK wasn't perfect. That motherfucker wasn't perfect at all. But he was still a good fucking president. And y'all didn't like that shit. Because he wasn't perfect. Because he wasn't the moral fucking compass. Then you had Obama, who was practically scandal fucking free.
Yep.
That man ain't had no affairs. You ain't about to get him caught up in no shit. Because he know Michelle will whoop his fucking ass. He wasn't doing shit. He knew what the fuck time it was. He didn't have a bunch of baby mamas. One wife, got the kids by her. No scandals, no nothing. And y'all still could, can't have that.
That tan suit.
Because he, That fucking tan suit. That nigga made a mistake of dressing like Easter Sunday on fucking Tuesday, and white people lost their fucking mind. They should be
Yeah,
white people. Y'all should be embarrassed about that shit.
that
Y'all
was
should really and truly be embarrassed about how up in arms you was over a fucking tan suit. You know, Obama is much more gracious than me because I would have got on television after I left the White House and told everybody how you can suck my dick from the back. That man is so gracious because I would have cussed every last one of y'all out. I would have said, suck my African dick from the fucking back. Because the way y'all dog that man out is fucking ridiculous. And the way y'all miss him. Oh, Obama. Oh, and what I didn't like was when white people was like, oh, where's Obama? He's not speaking out. What the fuck you want that man to do? He ain't been president in how long? Just
dumb.
like y'all was asking, where's Kamala Harris at home minding her fucking business because y'all didn't vote for her.
You know what's funny about that? I've never seen a presidential candidate or who didn't get elected, them go after this person. Like, where's this person? Where's this person? I don't even know who the hell Clinton ran against. I mean, they don't bother people that don't win. They don't even bother vice presidents. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, their greatest invention is racism. Without racism, they have nothing else going. Everything from that racism is like the big cloud. And everything from there, segregation, HOAs, police brutality, farming crisis with the black farmers, all that stuff. And it's always a law or a stipulation to what we can and cannot do. All these laws here from student loans and everything, this all was created by white folks because they didn't like black people.
Yeah.
And we create everything. So that's the shit we be talking about right there. It gets to a point that you're like, we're just tired. Black people really just want to be left the fuck alone.
Exactly. Take JD. You remember how when Kamala Harris was running, they tried to make it seem like she was in there literally making policy and that it wasn't Biden. She was making the policy. Oh, well, how come you didn't do this? How come you didn't do that? I wasn't the president. Notice how nobody's asking JD Vance about policy. Nobody's asking JD Vance, oh, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you invading this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? They're not asking him because now all of a sudden you motherfuckers know how civics works. Now all of a sudden you know how the vice presidency works. But when she was running, y'all didn't know shit. When she was running, all of a sudden the vice president is in charge of running the fucking country. But now JD Vance is the vice president, and you ain't asking his Appalachian ass a motherfucking thing. You ain't asking him shit. Y'all ain't saying, oh hey, why are you doing it? She couldn't do nothing. Because the vice president is literally there to carry out what the fuck the president has on the agenda. When Obama was president, Biden had to carry out his agenda. That's how that shit worked. But nobody is asking JD Vance, why the fuck are you carrying out this motherfucker's agenda? Why are you doing this? Why are you? Because they didn't say, why is Biden? They wasn't asking Kamala Harris, why is Biden doing this? They said, why are you? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? So why are they not asking JD Vance, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? They ain't asking none of that shit. Because again, she was a black person. That's why couldn't have that. And they was like, oh, we're gonna get it. She's gonna make us get into World War III because she's a woman and she's emotional. Meanwhile, here the fuck we are with a big fat white ass toddler about to hit World War fucking III because this bitch didn't get a Nobel Peace Prize. That motherfucker can't even spell Nobel Peace Prize.
You know the insult to that? The woman in Venezuela, they gave her award, and he still bombed the bitch. He still bombed Venezuela. I'm just sitting here like, so the Venezuela gave you the Nobel Peace Prize.
No, they didn't give it. She dedicated. That's the thing. He's mad that she didn't physically give it to him. She dedicated the award to him, but she didn't physically give it to him. So since he didn't physically get it, then he decided, yeah, I'm gonna bomb y'all anyway because he didn't get a peace. How the fuck are you gonna start a war and expect a peace prize, my nigga? War? Listen, we got war and we got peace. War and peace. Tamar made a whole motherfucking album. War and peace. How the fuck are you gonna start a war? How you gonna start World War III and get a Nobel Peace Prize?
Just dumb. It's not even
I, I
registered.
just I just want I just want him to pass away. I just want him to pass away. I just want to wake up and know that he did it. That's it. I want to wake up and know that he fucking didn't. That's all. Is that too much to ask? God, how much do I need to put into the time? A bitch is unemployed, but I'll come up with the money. I'll come up with the fucking money. Who do I need to pay? Just I'll come up with it. We will. Let me tell you something. We will crowdsource this bitch. Just tell us where to drop the motherfucking money off. Luigi Jr., if you are out there, just pull up the cash app and let us make the donations. That's all we saying. Just Luigi, whoever the fuck it is, Mario, they already got Luigi. So Mario, if you out there, we will give you the coins, okay? You will get your Mario coins, my nigga. Put the cash app up. Hit us up. We will send you whatever we fucking can. Just get the job done. Don't miss.
You gotta give them Yoshi because they might not shoot the dog or an animal. They be like, oh, the animal. So they might
Okay, so
they might get a
we'll do whatever, whoever it is. Just come on, because it's I don't know the prayers. I don't know. Maybe somebody blocking the prayer line. I don't know what's going on. And for you motherfuckers out there, get out your fucking fear. Oh, I wouldn't wish death on nobody. Then don't do it, bitch. I did it for you. You're welcome. I don't give a fuck. Oh, you should be. You're just as bad as him. You shouldn't wish death on me. Shut the fuck up. I did it. I'll do it again. I'll do it every fucking day. I'll say it before I wake up when I wake up in the morning, before I go to bed at night. I don't give a fuck. I want to wake up and know that bitch did. That's all I'm asking for. That is it. That's all out Santa. That's all I want for Christmas. Fuck my two front teeth. I just want that bitch to not breathe. That's it. That's it. That's all I want. Give that motherfucker the heart attack he deserves. And you know what? I want him to have a heart attack right while he taking a bite out of a fucking Big Mac. Just let go. That is the dream fucking scenario. I want that bitch to go. Either that or let him down his gold fucking toilet. One or the other. Either way, he gonna be full of shit no matter what. So hey, it don't matter.
And you guys, we are going to be right back after this commercial break. I just want to let you know, this is the NWA. This is the video that blew up. What we got, like almost 200,000 views on it. Niggas with accents. So I just want to show y'all this. You know everything. You know what? I will give them props. The manufacturers that create this is really high quality. Like it, you know how when you see people make shirts and they be selling them on the street and they be like raggedy as shit. The ink be falling off.
Yeah.
None of this is happening. And it's warm, you know, because it's been chilly in California, so it's been warm lately.
Yeah, I gotta get me some because I'm about to go to the cold, so I gotta order mine for real.
So what we're gonna do is we are going to take a short commercial break, you guys, and we'll be right back. We got 2 more videos to show, and then we will be closing out the show. So stay tuned.
Check. Is this thing on? Big. So we made it to the end of 2025, and I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. That pretty much sums up the year. A lot of loss, or restructuring, if you will. I'm grateful to somehow be walking out of this old year and into a new one with my mental and physical health intact. A lot of death, a lot of loss, a lot of mess, a lot of realizing some people and even systems just ain't shit. But it has made me look at where and how I was spending my time and money. And even racism, like never ever before. Not that it's ramped up, but it's just more visible due to almost everyone now having a cell phone, social media, and this raggedy administration and a lot of people seeking truth. Which brings me to my next point. Sky Daddy. Lord. God! Your people need you. Some of us feel like you just left us out here to dry up and wither away. And that's just this year. Imagine how God's people felt when their family member got lynched and murdered with no random bystanders recording via cell phone or police body cam footage. Or better yet, what was it like for those who went through, endured, and didn't survive slavery? Just a question. I'm going to leave that in 2025, hoping 2026 Sky Daddy comes through with answers. Bye! But wait, before I go. Remember to check in on your strong friends. Remember to check in on your strong friends. We're tired. Yeah, we're tired. Okay, bye. Happy New Year.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and grinder approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order.
Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Get out. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass. You don't get a fourth chance. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Whoa! Get out. I didn't vote black. Got that ass in back. Whoa! Get out, get on out.
Hey, you guys, we are back, and I'm going to be showing you guys how the next is actually going to be 3 videos. It's going to be called "Keep Your Hands to Yourself." Been people getting out of pocket lately, and so we just need to show you a few of these videos to let you know what's actually going on. So I'm going to show you the first video, and let us know what you think. That's some crazy shit right there. Somebody says men don't hold each other accountable. Another person says can't even express how I feel about this. May we always protect each other. Another person says, well, officers, they are all on camera. And another person says men, even at a concert, women are not safe. And so that was ridiculous. And I want to take a look at this next video. And I want y'all to let me know what you think about this as well. And as always, we'll be right back.
The surveillance video shows 3-year-old Braylon Tootle running down a hallway when a school employee gives chase and appears to strike the toddler in the head, forcing him to the ground. Moments later, Braylon, a special needs preschool student, is dangled upside down from his ankles and rushed down the hallway before disappearing out of view. Braylon's mother, Tanisha Lindsay, says school officials at Rosa Parks Early Learning Center first told her her autistic, nonverbal son was swatted in the back of the head. Weeks later, she says, Child Protective Services shared this video, which she is making public.
I would like to see that man arrested and charged. He should be in jail.
With Dayton police presenting the case for county prosecutors to review, authorities on campus say after the employee was placed on leave, the surveillance video shows 3.
So I'm going to read some of the comments. Somebody says, how y'all go do that in a school named after Rosa? Another person says placed on leave, lawsuit against the school, and etc. Another person says, why are people still trusting strangers to take care of their children? And I'm going to play one last video. Now this one was crazy, and how none of the men jumped in. And this is why I say we got to start protecting Black people. We just it's enough is said about this. This was a video that kind of just tipped me over a little bit, but I just want to show you this as well. So we're going to take a look and then we're going to talk about it.
Warriors, we got to be better about protecting our people. There is no way all these people should be around while this man is following this lady around the store, literally punching at her. And she's holding her own, baby. Hey, baby girl's holding her own. She throwing them hands with him. She's creating her space, but staying in the fight, waiting for her lick. Hey, 10 out of 10 for her holding her own. But why are there so many men around watching this? I mean, when they bent that first corner, look at this brother. Look at this Walmart employee. They just ran away. What are y'all doing? And then the camera got shaky. You can't really see what goes on around these corners. We got to do better, Warriors. We got to do better, Warriors. I'm talking to all Warriors, male, female, anybody that got the heart to see some bullshit like this and put a stop to it. We got to do it. It's easily could have turned real ugly, real quick. She could have slipped, hit her head, just... I mean, you just can't think of all the places that it could have gone, but let's just do better. Let's do better.
All right, so I want to read some of the comments from this one. Somebody says, don't ever think someone is going to help you. You have to train, save yourself. Another person says, wait, all those men standing around and not one came to her defense? Sad. Another person says, the men are sorry now. And one other person says, he would have got hit with every product on them shelves. Why they watch him attack her? Now, this segment is called Keep Your Hands to Yourself. We are in 2026. People are not playing that shit no more. That last video with that guy doing it, and the black man just walked by. Now, the store employee is a little different. They should at least stop it, but they, you know, as you're working and that's a customer, you can't really get into a physical altercation with them like that. You can try to break it up. But the other men that were just standing there, that was just regular customers, need to whoop too. So when y'all see them, whoop their ass for them not whooping his ass.
There you go.
Because that right there, this is why I say black people are on our own, and it's not just that. That dude was twice her size, and she was holding her own against him, and she shouldn't have had to do that. And this is why we keep telling y'all, white men, they love fighting women and children. If they do fight a man, the man is usually 5-1. That is the most cowardly shit I've ever seen in my life. To sit there and continuously see videos on all my social media platforms, there's always a white man either following, there's usually a group of them in a truck following the black guy, because you know, it got to be 5 or more of them. They can't fight by themselves, or they got to be fighting a woman or a child. That is the most weak DNA in them I've ever seen in my life, to physically fight people that you know, that you think you can take. And I think he was kind of surprised because she was holding her own. Now, if they had been Layla Ali, she would have knocked his ass out because she's trained to do that. That's what I've been talking about. And then the other thing with that little boy, this is the thing about, and we talk about medical a lot. If you're going to be working with children or disabled or anywhere with people, you got to have better people skills, especially dealing with children or dealing with people in hospitals. If you are not mentally prepared to deal with people and treat them with respect, your ass don't need to be working there. Go work with Elon Musk and build AI robots. Go do that all day. Because with people, the way that child hit that floor as that person smacked them, I'm telling you, I would have been in jail. I would have whooped the principal's ass. I would have whooped the security guard's ass for not doing nothing about it. I would have whooped the teacher's ass. I would have whooped everybody else that did not help or do anything.
Yep. Because
that's the shit we be talking about. A lot of people today are just getting out of pocket. And then to the African people, I think that might have been in Nigeria. I think there's a problem with a lot of men today. There's something wrong with them, and it needs to be really studied because they just get out of pocket and get violent for no reason. And if those people didn't pull her up on that stage, she was done. So, Nikki, what do you think?
I agree. When it comes to that boy, and we don't know what the mother did. But it's like y'all gotta start whooping these people ass. Yeah, I get it. You want to sue them and do all that, but it's like we already know what time it is. And sometimes the financial is not gonna soothe you. Like sometimes it's like, and I can't say what I would do in that person's position, but I know as a mother If I saw a video of you doing that to my child, I'm gonna get up from wherever the fuck I'm at.
Amen.
I'm gonna put my shoes on. I'm gonna get my keys. And you motherfuckers better be out of Dodge before I pull the fuck up. Cause when I pull up, I'm not only whooping their ass, I'm whooping the person ass who hired you.
Where's your hat at?
I gotta go get it, but pretend that it's here. Cause yeah, I'm whooping ass. That's what the fuck I'm doing. That lady being assaulted at that concert, the fact that the people on the stage had to pull her off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you niggas get upset. You get upset when black women be like, you know what? We're not fucking with y'all. You get upset, but this is what you do to us. And then when black men come and say, hey, other black men, you should be held accountable and you should hold other black men accountable for doing some fuck shit. So the men in there, if you see those men doing it, it was some men in there that didn't agree with that shit. But y'all be too scared to say something. You niggas know you got homeboys that are rapists. You know you have homeboys that sexually assault women and have sexually assaulted women and continue to do it. And you don't say shit. But you have daughters. But you wouldn't let your daughters be around them. If you have a friend that you wouldn't let your children be around, why the fuck are you around them? When Deontay Kyle said, hey, you need to, as black men, we need to hold other black men accountable for making sure black women feel safe. Y'all, the way you niggas erupted, as though he asked you to suck a man's taint. That's what you would have thought he would have did. You would have thought that Deontay Kyle asked you niggas to go put your mouth on another man's asshole and inhale. The way that y'all asked. The way that y'all acted, that is what you would think he asked you to do.
Yep.
But y'all the same niggas that if that had been your mother in that on that stage or in that wall, had that been your mother in Walmart, had that been your sister, had that been your cousin, had that been your girlfriend, had that been your wife, you would have been the main niggas out here screaming, hey, why didn't you help my lady? Why didn't you help my mom? Why didn't you help my sister? You the same niggas that stand back and stand by. But let that be one of your motherfucking people and you ready to burn the goddamn city down. That ain't how this shit work. Community is community. Oh, I can't control what no other man do. All I could do is look out for mine. Okay, keep that same motherfucking energy. Because when somebody assaults a woman in your life, I want you to have that same fucking energy and be like, well, hey, I mean, I would have helped her out, but you know, like you said, that ain't my job. So I didn't do nothing. I just walked on by. How you gonna keep that same fucking energy? Keep that same fucking energy when it's your people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want everybody to protect your people, but you don't want to protect nobody else's. That's the one thing black people that we really, really have to get back to. And again, like I talked about it is white supremacy and that is designed to keep black people specifically from forming the community that we used to have. We used to have a level of community that was unmatched. Hence Black Wall Street. Hence all the things that we were doing outside of white people. And when they came and destroyed that and made it to where we had to once again be dependent on white society, we lost that sense of community. Not completely. But as we get further and further along, the propaganda that they are feeding to young black men, the propaganda that they are feeding to young black women is pushing us further apart. Couple that with coming into our communities and pricing us out of it instead of making our community better, instead of coming there and building a better infrastructure, y'all are pricing us out of where the fuck we live. So you're gentrifying it and making it for white people to come move into the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now black people we're being priced out, which means we have to go to other spaces and not black spaces. So once again, you're furthering the divide amongst black people. Then you got the third world motherfuckers coming over here thinking they better, which puts another divide.
Mm-hmm.
And that's purposeful because you don't do that shit with Asians. And now the Asians, like we talked about it, they fight amongst themselves. Every other culture fights amongst itself. but they are allowed to put on the unified front. Whereas black people, in certain situations, we put on a unified front, but we don't have the ability to have our level of community that we once had because they are doing little by little to push us out so that we can't have the community. And to the person that made that comment, not when you was reading one of the comments that said, "Oh, we still trusted other people to take care of kids." Let's not be fucking stupid, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We don't live in a time anymore where you could give your kid to the lady down the street and it was like we work. Like women work. What the fuck do you want us to do? We don't live in a society anymore where the grandparents can take care of the kids because low key the grandparents still fucking working. They're not retiring, they can't afford to retire. So just like the parents are working, the grandparents are working. So what the fuck do you want women to do? Somebody has to watch the fucking child. And because we have to go to work and we can't take the kid to work, you do this, you should think that you could trust a daycare with your fucking child.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. You can't blame the mother. She didn't say, "Hey, let me enroll my child in the school where I know they're gonna treat my child like shit." Nobody does that. And I hate when people have those little answers like it's so fucking simple. That clearly that person don't have a fucking kid or they have the ability to stay home where everybody else doesn't, especially black women. Name me if you went into a black person and say, "Name me 5 black black stay-at-home moms." Could you fucking do it? I'm willing to bet no. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know any. No, I'm lying. I know one that's a mutual amount on TikTok. That's the fuck it. I'm not saying they don't exist, but they don't exist in the same level and to the same degree that white stay-at-home moms and other people of color stay-at-home moms, because black women have never had the fucking benefit of being able to stay at home and just raise our fucking kids. You know, like just, hey, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna do everything. We don't have that fucking luxury. We've never had that fucking luxury. We have to still raise our kids and still go to fucking work. So to sit there and say, "Oh, we're still trusting people to take care of kids," fuck you.
And it's not just that; it's also the law. You're forgetting when the men went. This was during World War I and World War II, when the men were all fighting. The black women some of them were receiving benefits, right? So they were able to stay at home and take care of the kids. And then they started making up these laws that everybody has to work and shit like that. While these white women, because they don't like breastfeeding their children, they don't like cleaning up after themselves, they don't like cooking, they don't like doing nothing. Black women did all that for them. I'm still lost on when I heard that they were so lazy that they have black women breastfeeding their white baby. I'm still in shock of that. I was just like, so black people got so much diseases, but you letting your child drink some nigga milk. Sinking for a little bit. But we are disease ridden. You have Thomas Jefferson. Oh, they're diseases and monkeys and stuff. But he was tearing Sally Hemings' ass up. Popped 8 babies out of her. What they call mulattoes or zebras, what they call them back then?
Yeah, all of the above.
All of the above was tearing her ass up.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, we have to talk like this, because if we say, "Oh, well, he groped her," people are like, "Oh, that don't sound too bad." But when you say, "Hey, he was tearing that ass up," they're like, "Oh, ooh." And I did see some of the comments where it was usually the white folks. "Oh, that's so abrasive." Then go watch something that's going to pander to you. Go watch
exactly.
Where they're gonna cherry pick shit, because this is why, and we said this before, there's all this in between shit with this what's considered underage now. I said y'all murking the lines now. I said below 18 is below 18. I don't care if she was 14. I don't care if she was 9. That's what it is. And the thing is, it wasn't the white men I was worried about. Who was we worried about? The white women. And guess what? Megyn Kelly got her old saggy neck ass up there. Oh, well, it's not like she's 8. Says the bitch that was sitting there crying at Fox News when she was sitting there being sexually assaulted, her and a few other women there.
Yeah, she was crying when she had Rupert Murdoch dick in her mouth. You
Okay,
know, but you got all the millions, so I guess it's okay.
allegedly.
Mm-mm.
Because she
Oh
need.
wait, allegedly, because the bitch, according apparently the bitch got a vendetta out for me because when she got my cortisone pills taken down,
She
and
did.
then I got my YouTube taken down. So apparently Megan Kelly, because I came for the bitch before, and my video stayed up. So I guess she was like, "Oh, this black bitch done hit me 3 times in a motherfucking row. You gotta go, bitch."
Yeah, they took all that down. I was like, what? Just for we're speaking of, I was like, interesting. But she could say whatever she
Mm-hmm.
wants. She was saying all this racist stuff on her show. I'm like, oh, so it's okay for her to do it, but when somebody else is doing it, it's a problem.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
it.
Got
So
it.
what I want to do is we're going to go do a quick segment here, and we only have one video to play for our end of segment, but I want to show these two videos. One video is going to be with this black guy. He was sitting there talking about his experience with traveling. We'll keep that under 5 minutes with these two videos. And the other one is with Ryan Coogler. So we're going to take a look at these two videos. Let me know what you think, and we will be right back. All right, and I'm going to play the next video with Ryan Coogler. As you know, black people always get the brunt of everything, but I'm so proud of this guy for what he is doing. And let's take a look at this video.
You make a $367 million movie and critics and media still leave you off their year-end lists. Welcome back to Talent Isn't Enough. Ryan Coogler being snubbed is not new. He's been snubbed for over a decade and he just keeps on winning. Fruitvale Station won Sundance, Oscars ignored it. Creed made $173 million. Stallone got the nomination and Coogler got nothing. Black Panther became the first superhero film nominated for Best Picture. Coogler was left out of Best Director. Now, Sinners, $367 million, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, 17 Critics' Choice nominations, and it's left off of Rolling Stone and Variety's year-end list. So let's break down Ryan Coogler's independence and the asset value of building direct-to-consumer. Number one, a part of success is about understanding trade-offs. So let's talk about the access trade-off many do not think about. In 2016, the Academy invited Coogler to join. He said no. He told interviewers he would rather join labor unions than voting bodies. And when you opt out of a system, that system stops advocating for you. Gatekeepers remember who does not play their game. The takeaway here for you is the people who control access and the people who buy are really the same. So pick your trade-off. Number two, find your signature style that works and let the consistency compound. Coogler has worked with Michael B. Jordan on every film he's ever made. Same composer, same values, same lane for a decade. That consistency creates a signature that people can follow. And when audiences follow your work across years, they move from being customers to believers. And believers show up on opening weekend, they buy merch, and they tell 10 friends to go watch your movie. $367 million does not come from casual fans. It comes from people who feel like they have an ownership in the experience. The takeaway here for you is find your Michael B. Jordan, find your Ludwig Göransson. Consistent teams create a signature, and signatures build followings, and followings buy on faith. Every article about Sinners being left off the list generated more conversation than the list itself. Fans tag Variety. I was even in the comments like, where is Sinners? Actors called them out. The snub trended. The takeaway here for you is not every room you're left out of is a loss. Sometimes that snub shows just how much of a room you've built for yourself. The industry can overlook you, but when your audience shows up with $367 million and fights on your behalf, you are no longer needing their validation because you've already won a different game. I study how remarkable things actually get built. Comment differ or sign up for the newsletter if you want more. See you on the next episode.
Now, I don't have enough time to read the comments because we're about to be closing out the show, but this is a clear example. This man created it. This is original ideas. Now, I want you to take something here. I was watching an interview with Marlon Wayans last year, and he was talking about how the Scary Movie franchise, after Scary Movie 2, they built it up and everything, how Weinstein with his nasty ass, how he sat there and took the franchise from up under them and took them out. And I said, well, is there any contracts in place? It was the way the contract was written to where the studio can just take ownership of the franchise, get them out of it and don't have to pay them anything. And that's when you see Scary Movie 3 and beyond, the movies were whack as shit. because
Yeah.
and I was like, where's the Wayans at? And then we find out years later what had happened. And that's what we be talking about. Y'all steal everything from us. We create all the original ideas. Y'all steal that too. Every time somebody do a TikTok dance, here y'all asses come with basic moves, and y'all sit here and copy our shit line by line. Y'all put it on your TikTok page, and then they sit here and shadow ban our pages. All of our inventions. I can go through some inventions, and we'll probably do this on the next show. All the inventions that are created. Do you know that there is hardly any Black people on the board of directors for any of these companies? There should be no reason why we're
surprised.
not. We should be on the board of directors of some of these light companies, refrigeration companies, especially video games, open heart surgery. We ain't on any of these board of directors, but they'll steal our idea and put it under their name and claim it as their own.
Of course.
And that's what this is with Ryan. They don't like him being independent. This is why Tyler Perry gets so much hate. A lot of the hate comes from a lot of the white people that are racist. They don't like that this man was able to build this studio, amass all this money, and build it from the ground up. They do not like independence. They want us to be like Holly Perry. Every time we see a white dingling, we sit on it. We're not doing that shit.
I love how you praise him and shading him at the same fucking time. Because that's maybe tomorrow's show, but we definitely have to have a Tyler Perry segment, because as good as he may be for the Black community in some ways, he is very detrimental in others. And he is one of those things where it's literally a blessing and a curse. And we cannot discount his greed, because he's almost, not quite, but he's become the thing that they're supposedly hate, which is the white man. Yeah. Because in a lot of ways, once you get a certain amount of money, you tend to forget where you came from. And for every check that he writes to someone, it's almost like, you know how if you do some, people call you out on certain shit and you don't want to address that, so you'll go write a check for something else, and maybe hopefully that'll, it's like he's giving Black people jobs, but you're not giving Black writers a chance, because everything has to have Tyler Perry's name on it. It's like everything. It's like, a nigga, I know it's you. I know it's you, with or without the wig on. I know it's you. I don't need to see Tyler Perry's this, Tyler Perry that. And then it's the same story.
It is.
He is the Jordan of movies. Because just like Nike been selling you the same shoe for 40 fucking years, he has been giving you the same movie over and over and over again. He gives you the same television show. He gives you the same movies. He gives you the same everything. The only thing is that he's just putting different Black people in it. And the Black people that he does, let's not pretend that they're not pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Because you only see them in that. It's almost as though, like, okay, you're specific to my stuff, but at what cost to an actor? Because as an actor, you need to be able to do other things. So again, that's why, and I think sometimes he picks these Black people to get, like, hey, I'm gonna get Black people on my side. So then, hey, if I'm employing all these Black people, they're not gonna talk against me. But at the same time, why don't you let some Black writers in the room? He has to write everything himself, and you can tell that he's literally shooting these movies in 5 days, because it's giving 5 fucking days. And this is from somebody that doesn't watch his movies. The last Tyler Perry movie I watched, like actually sat down and watched, was the Mad Black Woman and the Family Reunion. And I think at some point, maybe my daughter or something would buy that shit. No. I think I got bits and pieces of that, but to sit down, I watched the How Did I Get Married once, because I could deal with that, and I think the Family That Prays, those I can deal with.
That was a good one.
But
I'll give you that one.
Yes, those I can deal with. Like every now and then, he pull a good one out his ass, but for the most part, I'm so tired of seeing sexual trauma. The dark skinned man is bad. The light skinned man is good. The Black woman has to put up with the black man's shit, and then she gets with the white man, and she has a come to Jesus moment. She has to relive her childhood rape. She has to forgive her childhood rapist. She has to embrace the family that kept it a secret. All this type of shit. It's the same fucking movie over and over. It's like you're literally watching generational trauma. I was not going to sit there and watch Taraji B. Henson sit there and have a fucking fever dream that she robbed a guy. Well, she didn't rob the bank, but I'm on my left. I'm a single black woman. I don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. I'm about to pull my wig out. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm so tired. Lord Jesus, I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I need love. I've been sexually abused. I just don't know what to do, God. Can you just bring me a good light skinned man with an ugly braided wig on to save my fucking soul? I'm just so tired, God. Can you help me, Jesus?
Nobody want to see that shit.
I don't want to see that shit.
That movie, I was like, it was too much yelling in that damn movie. I was like, he yelled from beginning to end. I was over it. I said, I can't.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I have just a disdain for that shit, and needless to say, we know who won't be working at Tyler Perry Studios, but hey, it is what the fuck it is.
He ain't hiring you. He probably will get you banned.
You know what? That's okay, because you know where I will be working? FTP Studios. That's where I'll be working. Exactly. So that's all that matters.
Everybody, that we are at the end of our show. I'm going to show our last video, and then we are going to close out. I thought this video is actually a little bit older, but we've never showed it on this show. So I said, why not show it on this show? It had me cracking up months ago. It still has me cracking up now. So I'm going to show it to you guys, and then let me know what you think.
You see what they did to me? Yeah. Bro. Yeah, they whooped your ass. So what you think they gonna do to me? I'm smaller than you. The fuck? You want me to help you? You go get somebody bigger than me. I know for a fact you're not sitting over there crying, bro. Takia, they gonna beat our ass. You didn't grab, we ain't got nobody with us. We ain't got nobody. We ain't got nobody at all. It's just us. They already beat you the fuck up, and I'm smaller than you. Takia, for real, I'm not even playing, bro. I got jumped and you want to play games? I'm not playing. What are you crying? You really crying, bro? Are you really crying? Tell me. I know exactly. They live right here, bro. Hold on, I'm about to pull up. Bro. And be ready to fight, because I'm fighting the mom first. Do you see what they did to me? Yeah.
At least she know.
Man, she's like, you come and grab the littlest goddamn person to come out here and help you. You're serious?
Exactly.
I'd have rolled my neck. I ain't getting out the car.
She's like, you see, they fucked you up. Now they gonna fuck me up too? Nah.
Like, hell no.
You don't know. See, that's why you gotta have a fat friend. Yes, see, that's why you got to have a big friend that can throw hands. See, that's what happens when you fucking with just skinny bitches. You miss out.
And I want to thank everybody so much. We appreciate everything you have done. We are closing out the video. We want to thank you guys so much for all of our regulars that do attend. I do try to answer some of the comments as much as I can. So does Nikki as well. We are still working on the Patreon. FTP stores, still got merchandise up there. Thank you to everybody that has bought merchandise. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nikki, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Substack at nicknack80. So please go follow me over there. On Instagram at bitch_happens. I'm still posting the FTP clips there. On a little hiatus, getting ready to move this week. So I'm on a brief hiatus, but there will be an episode of the Bitch Happens podcast that will be out on Wednesday on Apple and Spotify. I am still reworking Court of No Appeals, so I'm trying to decide if we're going to do that strictly on Substack or if we're just going to make it a podcast, video version of a podcast on Apple and Spotify. So I'm kind of reworking that part and trying to get the old episodes up. So just bear with me. Once I get settled in North Carolina, I can fully focus on FTP content, my content, and trying to, do all the stuff that I really want to do. So just thank you everybody for all the support. Thank you for buying FTP merch. Thank you for buying Knickknack merch. I will be adding some new stuff soon. So just thank you all for just being with us every day. Like it's we're getting better and better and better. And it's all because of y'all. You tune in to us. We're here like 5 days a week. Thank y'all for embracing Knickknack After Dark with me and Trey. That's our little baby. And it's like we're getting better. We're getting guests.
Which
We're
is
doing
really
our
good.
interviews. We making the boss man proud. So, we out here and we just try to really, build a brand. So thank you all for that tune in on Friday nights. I hope to see more of you all on Fridays. I will be out this Friday, but we will be back next Friday with a new episode. Thank you, Kaz, my name. Thank you to everybody that's giving me well wishes. I appreciate it. I love y'all down. So that's all I got for today.
Oh, and shout out to Tanya. When I tell you she had a comment after a comment, I said, Tanya really loves this show. Tanya, we thank
She
you for that.
She realized. I saw the comment. She was like, "Yes, I realized I'm not on the live chat because I think she was replying when we were live, and we
Oh,
had the difficulty yesterday, so we had to cut that one and start over. So she was replying, and I think she realized, oh wait, I'm not on the live one, but we love it nonetheless. So Tanya, thank you so much again. One of the people that loves us so much, like all of y'all do, really and truly, it blows my mind. Like to now, we have regulars, and I see the names, and I just know it. And it's good when because Vision will fuck up a name, but he is getting y'all names. That's how y'all know he loves y'all too, because he is remembering these names. Shout out to Democracy because she said, you know what? I love you, Vision, so much. I'm gonna change my name so you don't fuck it up. That that's dedication, okay? So shout out to Democracy. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. We love y'all just so much. Just thank you so much.
and as always, y'all, please go to all of our platforms. We're on Blue Sky and we're on so many platforms now. Blue Sky, and what was the other one that we just did?
Red Note,
Red Note, we're on there.
X,
Download.
Twitter.
We're on Twitter. There's another one that's like Blue Sky. And we just talked
Oh,
about it.
Substack. No,
Substack.
Substack.
Yes, Substack. I'm sorry, so many. Please go like, share,
We
subscribe.
everywhere, y'all.
we appreciate it. Because our content does get shadow banned, and without you guys sharing it, like we shared the recent one where I went off. What do we call that? Oh, Ice ain't moving fast enough.
I ain't moving fast enough.
Yeah, I liked it, and it's now at 40,000 views so far. So thank you guys so much for everything. We will see you tomorrow. We will be here at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Check. Is this thing on? Big. So we made it to the end of 2025, and I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. That pretty much sums up the year. A lot of loss, or restructuring, if you will. I'm grateful to somehow be walking out of this old year and into a new one with my mental and physical health intact. A lot of death, a lot of loss, a lot of mess, a lot of realizing some people and even systems just ain't shit. But it has made me look at where and how I was spending my time and money. And even racism, like never ever before. Not that it's ramped up, but it's just more visible due to almost everyone now having a cell phone, social media, and this raggedy administration and a lot of people seeking truth. Which brings me to my next point. Sky Daddy. Lord. God! Your people need you. Some of us feel like you just left us out here to dry up and wither away. And that's just this year. Imagine how God's people felt when their family member got lynched and murdered with no random bystanders recording via cell phone or police body cam footage. Or better yet, what was it like for those who went through, endured, and didn't survive slavery? Just a question. I'm going to leave that in 2025, hoping 2026 Sky Daddy comes through with answers. Bye! But wait, before I go. Remember to check in on your strong friends. Remember to check in on your strong friends. We're tired. Yeah, We're tired. Okay, bye. Happy New Year.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and Grindr approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order now.
Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass. You don't get a fourth chance. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Whoa! Get out. I didn't vote black. Got that ass in back.